welcome to my channel and welcome to my second year update of living in China. It has been 2 years officially since I came to China. 2 years. 2 whole years! And if you are familiar with this channel, you know that I did a video last year of my 1 year in China update, and this is the second year update. If you're unfamiliar with the channel, make sure you go check out some of my other videos to get to know me and what this channel sort of is about. This is going to be answering a few questions and just talking about my second year of living in China, I guess. So I did ask for some questions on Instagram. I'm filming on my phone right now, otherwise I'd use my phone, so instead laptop. Make sure you go over to my Instagram and you follow to keep up to date with things and future projects. So I've got a few here, so I'm just going to pick a couple to talk about. Number 1 question: who is your favourite person here in China? Definitely not the person that sent this to me. Completely not. That person's probably my least favourite. Don't have a favourite person. Me, I'm my favourite person. Would you do it all over again? Yes. I feel like my second year has been a completely new experience to my first. My first was very much work orientated. I feel like I didn't experience the China that I experienced in this last year. So I got the introductory side of it the first year, and then this year I kind of like lived a little more, did things more out of my comfort zone. Do I wish I could have travelled? Yes. But I also feel like everything that's happened in the past year has enabled me to see China more. I never would have gone to Sanya if the borders had been open. So I don't regret a single thing. What has been your worst experience in China? In the last year, I don't think I've had anything that's been definitively bad. I've had things that have been mildly annoying, like thinking I'm going to die on the plane in Sanya. Work struggles, but everyone has work struggles. I would have had work struggles in England or any other country or any other company that I would have been in, I would have had. But other than that, I've been really lucky. I've not had huge struggles, like in terms of actual experiences. One thing I will say that I really struggle with this year is not being able to go home. Especially recently, it's just felt super hard. Anyone who's living abroad from their family right now can probably attest to this. It's incredibly difficult not being able to go home when you're having a bad day, or not being able to go home when you've got the time to. So probably that's my worst experience. Hopefully borders are going to open in the next 6 months, but all of the talks of not knowing if something's gonna change, it's not the nicest thing to deal with. I tend to try and stay away from the talks about borders opening. It's like Universal. They're opening up Universal in Beijing, and for the past year now they've had 4 different opening dates and they haven't opened. So I just stopped looking into it, because if I stop looking into it, then I don't get disappointed when it doesn't happen. Favourite place you've been? The hotel in Shanghai. So if you haven't watched that video, there's a whole vlog, weekend vlog of when I went to Shanghai, and the hotel that we went to was so nice. It had views and I had a really good weekend. I've enjoyed all of my trips away, but that one was really nice. I don't know, I love Shanghai. I don't think I could live there, not right now anyway, but I may or may not be going back very soon to do something very exciting. Yeah, so subscribe if you want to know what that is. What was the biggest cultural shock? I was talking about this the other day in my last video. My last video. Biggest cultural shock? came in the form of adapting to work life. And I don't think I even realised it until really late on, just how much of a culture shock I had. Like, things that I would do were so much different to things other people would do here. So I'd say that's my biggest culture shock that I can think of. Is it hard to stay vegetarian? Do you know how many people say to me, whoa, you're a vegetarian in China? Like, people that have lived here, and I'm like, yeah. And it's really easy. There's been a couple of times where I've like craved meat, but when I say a couple, I literally mean like 2 times. China's opening up to new options of meat replacements, vegetarian dishes. Yeah, I can still go to places and maybe not have anything to eat, but the chances are, at least in Beijing, that there's at least something that I can eat. And like I said, they're opening up all of the time. I'm hearing about these new meat burgers and these new chicken nuggets. So honestly, I don't remember the last time I struggled for a meal in China. But if there's like certain things from the UK or US that I want, it's quite likely that I can buy it online. It doesn't always arrive very quickly, but you can still buy it. Who do you miss the most? The person that sent me this question, obviously. No, everyone I miss. I think, again, going back to the not being able to travel thing, that makes me miss everyone and everything that I can't see like 10 times more. I don't know, I super miss my family and my dogs, obviously, but I also miss my friends as well. And yeah, everyone. I don't know, I feel like if I got to go home or had the option to go home, it wouldn't be so bad. But here we are in the middle of a world crisis. What was the end of a world crisis? I feel like the world is slowly getting back to normal now. What has been my favourite experience? Now that is a good question. I think my favourite experience is going to happen next week. I've got something planned which I've told so many people. I was going to keep it a secret and not tell anyone, and I'm that excited that I've been telling literally anyone. Literally so many people, my friends from home, my friends here. I'm like, hey, I'm doing this super cool thing. So maybe that, just being able to travel in general. Anytime I've got to travel, that has been my favourite experience. I also quite like the rain here. We've had a few really crazy days of rain recently. Not as bad as down south. I heard about the rainfall there being very bad. So not quite that bad, but still pretty crazy. I can insert a video of me and Carly walking in the hutongs here. And I want to talk about plans. So I've already said I've got a trip planned for next week to do something pretty exciting. Other plans are moving. I'm gonna finally try living in a hutong, because when in Rome. Yeah, that move I'm super nervous about because I really like the space I have here. A hutong has its pros and its cons. I've heard a lot of people talk about its cons. I'm going to do a whole video on moving into that place. So if you do want to learn more about what hutong is and pros and cons and anything hutong life, then make sure you are subscribed to the channel for when I do that video. I don't know, in the next year, so maybe if there's a year 3 update, I want to have travelled so much more than I have already. So next time I want to be able to have visited a few more of the provinces. I want to go to Chengdu, mainly Chengdu, Qingdao, Yunnan. I do want to go to Yunnan. I hear they have really good coffee. And of course, hopefully, I'll also get to go home at least for a week or 2 without COVID restrictions next year. I hope. Like, sometimes I think back about how long it's been since I've gone home, and it doesn't feel like that long. That time has flown by, but also when I think about it, it feels like 10 billion years. I don't know. I just want to cuddle my dogs. I don't think I necessarily have any goals for the next year besides visiting more places and making the most of my time. I'm finally going to have weekends off. I'm going to be able to 100% know my holidays soon. So doing trips is going to be a lot easier. Right now, with me working on weekends, most of the trips that are organised are on a weekend. So it's really hard for me to, if I want to go on like something that's organised, it's practically impossible for me to go on these. And even if I can, 90% of the time, there's no one free to go with me. So it would be nice to definitely have friends available on days where they do these trips. It's crazy because I know there's so many people waiting to get back to China or waiting to come to China for the first time. Like I've met a few people, or I've been told about a few people that have plans to come here and they're waiting for the borders to open. And I guess if I was going to give any advice to those people upon second year review, it would be to make the most of your free time. Work is always going to be work and it can be enjoyable. You can have lots of fun, but in this second year I've learned more to maximize my free time, which is why I'm doing these videos, because I genuinely have fun making them. It's something that keeps me happy and keeps me doing things. Honestly, some of the things I really either wouldn't be able to justify doing or wouldn't even think about doing if I didn't have the idea to make a video with it. Like I've got so many plans, but they're plans that have video ideas behind them. Like I want to do so much stuff that I wouldn't do if I wasn't making a video. One thing I would like to have achieved by next year is to have visited 5 more provinces or done 5 more trips. So, and not Shanghai. Shanghai doesn't get to count this time. I don't know, there's not many huge changes. All I can say is that I had a great second year. I made some great new friends, some amazing new friends. I built great, strong relationships with other friends, and I wouldn't say I made the most of it, but I made a good deal of it. And I'm super proud of myself in my second year, super happy with myself. And I look back at, if I had to compare my 2 years, my second year is twice the fun of the first. So hopefully next year I can do the same. Can look back and be like, wow, I went to so many places. Hold me to it. Hold me to it to do this. If you know me, send me a message and tell me, get traveling, Holly. You can travel? Okay, we'll go travel. Where's your next trip? I don't think I'll need it, but I think I'll need it. Anyway, I am going to end this video here. Short and sweet one, because I just wanted to do something to mark my second year here, answer a couple of questions that have been asked. And if you guys do have any questions, make sure you leave them down below and I can answer them for you there. Like and subscribe to the channel. Definitely like and subscribe. Either the next one or the one after is hopefully going to be my favourite video. So if you want to know what I am so excited about, you need to subscribe, because I don't know the official date it will be going up. Go over to my Instagram, because I will let people know there as well when it goes up, or maybe even a sneak peek of where I'm at. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and bye!